This time we're going to take a look at the participation prizes you get for participating in the Arena OP event. First up we have Full Alert. It's unique. It is an elite talent for the Federation for 5 points. And you can discard this card to get a evasive, a scan, or a battle station token next to your ship. It also gives you an auxiliary power token. And you can't perform any other free actions during the round that you perform this action. So basically you do your normal ship action, then you can throw this out there and get yourself a second type of action at the cost of a auxiliary power. Next up we have a new resource. This one's the Chief Engineer. And you get 5 of these Chief Engineer tokens, which it comes with. And then once per round during the combat phase, you can spend a Chief Engineer token to gain the following effects. Disable 2 shields to add a hit to your attack. Or during the modified defense step, you can place an auxiliary power token by your ship and you get an evasive. And then when the tokens are spent, you remove them from the game. The backside just has normal OP resources. Tells you about them. You can only have 1 in your fleet of any resource. Both kind of cool. Chief Engineer is extremely useful. I think the limit of it being a resource is going to hurt it though, as things like the flagship are going to tend to be picked more. But for 5 points, it's not too bad. If you're hurting for points and can't afford one of the more expensive ones, it's definitely an option. The Arena comes with one of the more complicated scenarios that we've seen so far. It's actually a lot easier once you see it in play, but trying to explain it is kind of complicated. You start with the planet token in the center of the battlefield. And at the beginning of each turn, each player is going to take one of the away team tokens and disable their highest ranking captain, who gets beamed to the planet. Well, this goes on for the first 3 turns. During those turns, if you get a ship within range 2 of the planet, as an action you can use it to pick up some of these resource abilities. And the resources you can use later to make weapons in order to fight. At the end of the 3rd turn, all the away teams on the planet from both players battle each other, starting with the highest captain, working their way down. Depending on how many of these tokens you have, is how many dice you get to roll, and each hit is damage against a opposing captain. Captains have hit points equal to their captain skill, and if it reaches 0, they're destroyed and removed from the game. When the captain's battle is over, whoever wins gets to rearrange everything on the table. There are a few restrictions, but basically you get to reset the planet, all the ships, and every tokens that are in play on all the ships are lost. But it lets you pretty much set it up so that you have an advantage. You can put all your opponent's ships in one corner and yours in the other, or whatever you want to do. Single out one specific ship. The one thing that they did errata was that originally people were putting, you have to go within range 1 of a corner, or of a edge of the board, and people were putting people in the corner of the board facing the corner, and then depending on your ship you couldn't turn far enough to get out. Well, now after things are placed, each player gets a chance to rotate their ship 90 or 180 degrees, so it kind of remedied that. But you're still being able to rearrange the battlefield to your liking is definitely an advantage. Not to mention you've killed all the other opponent's captains, so you have the only captains remaining in the game. The only way around this is if somebody uses a sideboard to put captains onto a ship after the battle. Definitely an interesting scenario. Not one I see myself playing a lot, but it was fun. The final prize for the Arena event is the S-Gorn Gorn Raider. Neat little ship. I'll be doing a video on that separately, and check it out.